You're watching In Focus. The United Nations says it needs more troops in Ivory Coast to resolve a political crisis between the internationally recognized winner of the country's presidential election and the incumbent leader who refuses to yield power. VOA West Africa correspondent Scott Stearns reports from Abidjan.
The head of United Nations peacekeeping says he'll ask the Security Council for as many as 2,000 additional troops for Ivory Coast. And Alain Leroy says he hopes those soldiers will arrive here in the next few weeks. UN peacekeepers guard a resort hotel in Abidjan that Alassane Ouattara has not left since Ivory Coast's Electoral Commission declared him the winner of November's election. Incumbent President Laurent Gbagbo says he's the winner because the Constitutional Council annulled as fraudulent nearly 10% of all ballots cast. Mr. Gbagbo's foreign minister says all UN troops should leave Ivory Coast because they've lost the confidence of civilians and are no longer neutral in the crisis.
The operation of the United Nations in Ivory Coast has deviated from its role. That's to say there's complicity with the rebels, and we cannot accept that. Thus, the military of the United Nations must leave Ivory Coast.
The Economic Community of West African States is threatening to use force to drive Mr. Gbagbo from power if he does not hand over to Mr. Ouattara. But Mr. Gbagbo's youth minister says Mr. Ouattara is mistaken if he believes foreign troops are coming to Ivory Coast to make him president.
This gentleman forgets that no army, however powerful, can come here and remove Laurent Gbagbo and then install him, not here in Abidjan. Not here in Abidjan. Would you accept that? Do you accept that?
West African leaders say they understand the difficulties in mounting such a force, especially as there are many citizens of countries that would likely contribute to that force who live in Ivory Coast and might then become targets of Gbagbo militia. But Mr. Ouattara says regional military intervention will not lead to a larger-scale conflict because the operation need only remove one person, Mr. Gbagbo. Scott Stearns, VOA News, Abidjan.